So, if we are on the same page, I will say welcome again to the Dare to Dream series. If we're not, karibu still. I hope you'll catch up with us. So we've been talking about the reality that each of us is created in the image and likeness of God. And there is a reason that we are planted where we're planted, and we must become that. There's a reason the dream that's in our hearts is there, because it is aligned to who we must become in this world. Now, I'd like us to take a picture right out of the Bible and bring it to our place of understanding. There was a young man who had 10 big brothers and 1 small brother. And when the story begins, his mother has died in childbirth, because his mother died giving birth to his baby brother. And this young man comes, and they're out harvesting. So let's say they're harvesting maize, and here when we harvest maize, we put it in piles. So they're putting it in piles, and you tie it together so the stalks are easy to carry and collect afterwards. And he comes and tells his brothers, I had a dream that we were putting together bundles of wheat, and yours bowed to me. Can you imagine your baby brother coming and telling you that? And of course his brothers were like, this child is so spoiled. And he was spoiled because he was the first child of his mother, and his mother had died not too long after that when she was having her second child. But beyond that, when his father met his mother, she was the one he wanted. But his grandfather played his father because of culture and tradition. So his elder brother's mother was given to his father, what's the word? Sneakily, right? So you get married. In those days, you get married, she's veiled, not like the way you unveil. She's veiled, and when he got home to unveil, it's like, this is not the one I wanted. So they knew their mother. I think they knew their mother wasn't their father's first choice. And so his father worked an extra 7 years to get his mother. And then she took a while to have children. And then when she had children, she had 2 and passed. So he's the favorite, of course, because he's baby number 1 from this particular woman. And his brothers don't like him because he's, when I was growing up, we'd call them Kimbelembele. He's on who reports them, he gets in trouble with them, he's goody two shoes. You know, that person who always does the right thing. Please note, there's nothing wrong with doing the right thing. So eventually he has a second dream, and in this dream, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed to him. And he told his father, and he told his brothers, and his father was like, what's wrong with you, child? We will bow to you? You're crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. What strikes me as interesting is that this young man did not let go of his dreams. The dream gave him a measure of arrogance and confidence that I will be leader of you guys, and you guys will bow to me. So what it did, it pushed him to behave in ways that were unsavory at the point. But it also pushed him to the place where the things that would have to happen for his dream to come to pass were triggered. By now you figured I'm talking about Joseph. Because the next thing that happened to Joseph, his brothers sold him for a few pieces of silver to a caravan of Ishmaelites who were going to do some trading in Egypt. Now, because we know the story, when you look ahead, because we know the story, right? Fast forward 20 years, they would meet again and he would be their solution. But if we stop at this point, how could his dream get him in trouble if it was a dream from God? Very simple. The ways of man are not the ways of God. They're not. Absolutely not. Right? Do you think in God's mind and heart he created a ridiculously arrogant child? Do you think in God's mind the intention for Joseph was to be nasty to his brothers and sisters? I don't think so. I think that whatever happened along the way, there were lessons Joseph needed to learn, and the best way to learn them was to be in a place without impact. For every dream, there is a season where you work consistently, solidly behind the scenes, growing and changing and shifting and becoming that thing, that person, gaining the knowledge, gaining understanding, trying and failing, and with every failure, recalibrating. Because you must understand, failure can be a very good friend. In the African culture, when you try and fail, people laugh at you. But have you ever thought that failure could be the school of life? Failure is the ground for testing every idea. Okay? So, I said I'm going to build X business. I went in, it didn't work. You don't stop there. You look back and you try and figure out what could you have done different. Catalog what you should never do again and make sure you don't do it. So this boy gets sold. Failing number one, to convince the people that his dream was valid. And I can imagine Joseph walking across the desert, chained or tied to another soon-to-be slave, prisoner, and asking God, didn't you give me this vision? Didn't you give me this dream? Why has it not protected me? And I need you to understand, when you dare to dream, you put yourself in line to have your dream tested. So then the desire and the dream for money is not enough. In the end, this young man had absolute influence, but it didn't come from money. It came from the man he had become. So why do I say dare to dream? Because for Joseph, it gave him a place of confidence. He was not the eldest son. He was not the youngest son. He was not the wisest son. He was the second from the bottom. So his dream gave him confidence. And I dare say, in captivity, his dream gave him a reason to wake up every morning and look to Jerusalem, the direction of Jerusalem, because I'm sure he knew where it was, and ask God, didn't you say this to me? And God would say, yes, I did, my son. Keep walking. Take time over the next few hours or days. You don't have to come back and watch another episode yet. But take time to really dig deep and find that dream. You know, that thing you wanted to do from when you were young, that challenge that keeps you up at night that you have to solve, that hope that you would like to bring to the people. My people, Africa needs your dreams. She does. Africa needs the hope and confidence that your dreams will give you. Africa needs us, beloved. And the world needs us, because out of Africa shall the answers for the nations come. Go take a seat in the corner. Go take a seat at your bed. Go take a seat on the floor. Wherever it is you must go, even go and sit on the veranda. And once again, dare to dream. Because the world awaits your dream. The world awaits the hope your dream will trigger within you. My people, dare to dream. Shalom.